What's up, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to, I believe this is episode 6 of our Canadian Baseball League with the Vancouver Mounties. I'm not live streaming this episode. I just decided to record this one today. So we'll see how that works out. I was a little frustrated at the end of last episode because I felt like some bugs creeping in, but I wasn't sure if it was a bug or not. It turns out it has been confirmed. It is definitely a bug with free agents that were getting signed and then getting immediately thrown onto waivers and then other teams getting picked up. I thought it was just me, but it looks like there were some other AI teams that were affected by that as well. So thankfully, the good news is I went back and looked through all the trades, or sorry, all the signings over the offseason. There probably still is going to be some left, so we'll have to keep an eye on it still for a little bit. But it looks like there were only about 4 trades, and 2 of them were involving me. So what I did is I just went back into commissioner mode, and I just manually forced trades to get those guys back where they should be. But we will have to kind of keep a close eye on those transactions just to make sure that's not happening again. But there are still some very juicy players sitting on in free agency. Just at this point, no team can afford them. We're gonna have to keep an eye on what happens there, so I will be just kind of peeking in to see what happens. But yeah, there's some issues with that, and then just a little bit of issues with financially. I think at the end of the stream last time we also saw that pretty much all teams were more than doubling their ticket price, so I did the same thing. Thankfully, I saw that. So, and then looking at kind of budgets, I mean, they're growing hugely. Like we're gonna double the budget in 2008 than we did in 2005. I don't want it to be growing at that great a pace, but I think the game is kind of making it grow just to keep up with the demands. I just don't know why the demands of the players are so high, and I'm hoping it just kind of evens out in the next couple seasons, at least. I mean, we're hopeful, but yeah, the financials are a little bit buggy, I've noticed, but we can make do. Hopefully, it's not something we're going to have to go in and manually adjust too much of. But if we do, we do. I like this save too much to give up on it. So, okay, so we're about to start spring training, and we have, like I said, we made some deals over the offseason, not huge ones, but the team is looking different. We now have 50 players on the spring training roster. I'm not going to monitor them too much. We're going to go through spring training fairly quickly. And we'll just kind of see who makes the opening day roster. But some guys to look at, some new additions. So we do have Willie Sanchez. He's our kind of new, probably will sit in the 2 slot. So he is signed to a fairly large deal for the next 4 years. Luckily, he was a guy we signed in free agency that no one ended up signing, so that was good. I mean, he was great in Edmonton, 16-9 with a 2.74 ERA. A little worried about that, just the skill of that curveball, so maybe he just won't throw that very much. But he's got this nice personality class. He should really gel with the team nicely. Henry's still the same. Kasayashi's the same. And then Enick's still the same. Right now he's down in number 6, so he may be fighting for a spot. Because there are 2 guys, Andre Van Collet, who we signed to a minor deal. Looks like a minor league signing. But yeah, ended up winning it with Toronto. He didn't fare too well, but we kind of just needed an arm. So he's from the Virgin Islands. Love it. And also Bill Brain, who we have signed as well. He was from Yellowknife. Again, he had a bit of a rough start, so we'll see how that all shakes out in the starting rotation. We have rebuilt a lot of the bullpen, which we needed to. Did we upgrade it as much as I would have liked? No. But we did make some moves. Matsumoto is still going to be our closer. He had a pretty successful season, 3.86 ERA. Not great, but he had 40 saves, which is significant. Still fighting a bit of a cold, so I may be trying to mute as much as I can. Jim Cadeno, this was a free agent that we actually ended up signing, and then through that bug, Moose Jaw picked him up on free agency. So I sent him back. So we do have Cadeno And yeah, I think he's going to be a good, solid setup guy. He played very well in relief roles for both Cape Breton and North Battleford. So he's moved around a couple times already in just 1 year. Greg McKindo was a guy, yeah, we got in a trade. We did a trade with Yukon. He's kind of we'll see. Jack Stewart is back. Graham Edwards is back. Jeff Burnho, I think we got in a free agent deal. Yeah, he played in Victoria. He was all right. Madruga, we got in a trade. So yeah, we made a lot of trades for relievers. Riley is back and Perry is also back. So we'll see how they shake out. A lot less changes made on the offensive side of the ball. We had a pretty successful season. I'm hoping we can continue that. But Bulger's back, Pottle's back, Mills is back, Reeder is back. Castro has now. We'll see how he's doing in a DH role. Second base is a little crowded. We actually have a guy, Manny Munoz, who had a great season AAA in Langley. So we're going to give him a shot, and we're giving him the possibility that he may be our opening day second baseman because he does have that really solid positional rating, high, good error, decent range. Arm's a little weak, but some encouraging numbers here. He is only 23, but those are some encouraging numbers. So we'll see if we'll give him a chance. Talbot is back, McPherson's back, Cross is back. In terms of other guys that are interested, I mean, as you can see, we brought quite a few second basemen to camp. Didowski, he was all right. This guy from Zambia, oh, I love it. He was great as well. We got a lot of decent second basemen. Jason Osmond. So we're trying out a few guys. Leon Sanchez is back. He's gonna have a lot of competition, it looks like. Let's see what else we got. Ord Keats, it's a good name. Rob Zinnick. We do have a new backup catcher. Is he new or not new? Just he's come up from AAA, so he will be our new backup. But otherwise, not too much going on the new side of things or new players. But yeah, I think we're kind of ready to just sim through spring training here. So I'm going to sim through spring training and I will report back to you guys once that is done. All right, we have made it through a fairly successful spring training. We avoided any big injuries. I think we had an injury to a reliever. Just to double check. Yeah, Graham Edwards got hit with a 3-month injury. That's not a huge loss. So otherwise, we got through pretty easily. No real big standouts. Everything kind of panned out like I figured it might. The only one thing here is, yeah, you're a reliever, and there we go. Okay, perfect. We'll just get them to set the bullpen up. Perfect. All right, so here are our starting five. The only one is Andre Van Collier. He didn't pitch that well, so I think he's a little bit better in a long relief role. And Enick will hold on to a spot in the rotation as he pitched, I thought, fairly well last year. So he will stay in the starting five. Bill Brain will also be our number 4 guy. So he's really him and Willie Sanchez are our new guys on the starting rotation. Interesting here, as they're saying, I don't like this. I don't think this is a thing. You are not a closer. Sorry. Jim is not a closer. You are a reliever. Matsumoto is still going to close. It's not an ideal closer situation, but you're going to set up. You're going to close. I just like that a little bit better. I would say he's more of a high leverage guy. And probably put you guys in like a mop-up role as well. Okay, so yeah, kind of the same guys we went through. Not too big a difference here. In terms of lineups, we gave some guys a chance. We talked about Munoz maybe cracking the starting day roster. He is. He played well enough in spring training. Um, Pretty average, but you know what? It was enough for me to say, let's give him a shot. So we're giving the 23-year-old. He's a lefty. That helps. So we're giving him a shot at second base, which will shift Castro to DH. Not a great DH, as we are lacking hitting in that department. Otherwise, it's a very similar look to your 2005 Vancouver Mounties. Your 2006 Mounties look pretty similar on the lineup side. Really, even in terms of subs, Troy Murray's going to take another look. He played a few games for us. Bobby Alice, he played a lot for us, 70 games almost. So he's going to slot in just because he can play a whole bunch of positions. And then Leon Sanchez will probably. I'm just taking a look here. Yeah, he'll be more of a pinch hit guy. Might be a potential trade bait, especially with his. I'm gonna throw him on the trade block right now, because he may be someone we may be looking at being rid of. Because there's too many second basemen on this team. So. But we will see what we can do. He's going to be a good pinch runner, good pinch hitter. So we're going to use him in quite a few situations, I think. But otherwise, that is your 2006 Mounties. So let's set up the league here, as I'm still fighting a cold here. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm even more nasally than usual. Been fighting a cold for like a month. It's crazy. Let's check in on the preseason predictions. And they have us at 87 and 75 in apparently a very competitive division, which was similar to last year. They have the Edmonton Mercuries with 107 wins, and us finishing fourth at 87 and 75, which is, I think, a very similar record to last year. But they have Calgary and Victoria being a lot better than they were. So right now, that's probably not putting us in the playoff picture, unfortunately. But we'll see. These preseason predictions are usually never right, but they're always fun to look at. A very weak Prairie division. It looks like it has the potential to be Regina with an 86 and 76 record, looking to take the division. And then it's just a bunch of real bad teams. After that, in the Eastern League, the defending champions, the Ottawa Senators, looking to lead the way in the Metropolitan Division. Tugs 5 games back, so a bit of a weaker division here. And then it looks like a very strong Atlantic Division. So both ends, the West Coast and the East Coast, are stacked. The middle divisions look a little bit weaker. So Fredericton's set for 107 wins potentially. Charlottetown 96. That's going to be a bit of a dogfight in there. So yeah, Moncton at 83 and 79, 24 games back. Wow. Interesting. All right. Well, we're about to get started here with opening day. And I just want to check one more thing before we dive in. We'll play the first game. There unfortunately, in terms of signings, there are some big names, although their demands have gone down significantly. Like they were demanding 13 million. They're demanding half that now. So they are desperate to get on the field. So it is nice to see that this is kind of leveling out, which is nice. But that's a lot of really good players that are sitting on the bench to start the year, which I don't like. But what else are you going to do? No teams have any money, including us. We have the 20th highest budget of 24 teams, but the 5th highest payroll. So we're putting a lot of money into our players. But I mean, I'm a little discouraged looking at that preseason prediction. Again, I'm saying I'm fairly happy with my lineup. My pitching staff, I didn't improve as much as I would have wanted. Willie Sanchez is kind of a replacement for Castella, or was it Costello? I can't even remember. We've forgotten about him already. And we've made minor Catano, a very minor upgrade. Burho as well, but not really much. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare. As we had the same deal last time where I want my ace to play on opening day, but they've exhausted him. So unfortunately, our Kasiyashi is gonna pitch. Kind of a bummer, but anyway, probably the same for the other teams as well. It is what it is. Not a huge deal. So let's get ready to play opening day. All right. And here we go. We are going to play opening day here at Scotiabank Field in Vancouver. So some storylines we kind of want to keep track of this year in terms of players. Obviously, Fred Mills, who had a great season but struggled in the playoffs. What is he going to contribute this year? Will our team remain one of the top 3 offenses in the Western League? And will the pitching hold up this season? That I am not sure about. So as you can see, we are up. We're going to play opening day here. We've got the Yukon Gold Rush visiting town. Yukon looks like they're in for maybe a bit of a rough season. They do not look like a strong team at all. They were dead last in our division last year, and they're projected to be dead last in our division again this year. So kind of feel for the Gold Rush, but who knows? Maybe they'll be a powerhouse in the next few years, but maybe they'll surprise us. We'll see. Let's jump in and play our first game. Let's jump in and play our first game. All right, here we go. We're just going to play the runners in scoring position. I don't know where my sound is. Oh, well. Okay, so they get nothing in the first. We get runners on first and second. Ooh, Fred Mills is going to walk. That's going to load the bases for Pottle. Oh, and there is a balk. Our first run of the season scored on a balk. That hurts. Yeah, I can faintly hear the sound, but why can't I? Oh, yeah, that's kind of loud. Or kind of quiet, I mean. If we turn that up a little bit. All right. Ah. Bummer. Pottle goes down swinging for the first out. Here is Talbot. Little pop fly to the left fielder. Not going to get anything done. Manny Munoz, first game as a starter, the 1-2 pitch. He's going to knock one into center field. That will score a run. Ball is very shallow. Mills enough. We're not going to bother in game 1 to risk any injury. We'll take the 2-0 lead there. Here's Jose Castro, full count. That will drop into right field. That should score another run. A very productive first inning of the season so far. Full count to McPherson. That should end the inning. But Vancouver goes up 3-0. All right. Kasiyashi gets through the second inning. We get nothing in the second. Yukon puts a runner on second. Can Kasiyashi get out of this? Oh, a little bunt. I don't see too many bunts nowadays, but here we go. Force or send the runner home. Now we got a wild pitch. That will send the runner home. That's what I meant to say. That's going to make it 3-1. Ooh, Kasiyashi in a bit of trouble here. First and second with 2 out for Joe Belmore. 2-2 pitch gets him looking. All right, we got Fred Mills on third, Mike Pottle on second. No outs for Talbot. The 3-1 pitch. That's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded yet again. Gideon Williams having some issues here. Here's Manny Munoz. Already has an RBI today. And it could be a sac fly. Oh, there's Burt Bradbury. He was on our team last year, picked up by the Yukon. Mills does not get home. Here's Castro, right to the third baseman. They only get one, though, and that will score Mills to make it 4-1. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Nothing doing for McPherson. Vancouver gets a run. Cassiashi gets through the 4th. We get nothing in the 4th. Yukon nothing in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, runners on second, first and second with 2 outs for Castro. 2-2 pitch. Goes down swinging. Okay. Cassiashi's still looking good. Runner on second with 2 outs. Little blooper into left field. Easily handled. As we are through 6 here. Nothing going. Cassiashi only has 71 pitches so far. Boom. Nice. All right. Well, I think we're going to go to the bullpen now. Probably warm up. We'll give Cadno his first look. We get nothing in the 7th. Yeah, we'll warm up Cadno. Beautiful. And then Matsumoto should hopefully come in to finish the game. Let's see if we can add any insurance. We're going to load the bases with 1 out. Here's Bulger. Bulger's going to hit one into right center field, but that sac fly will score a run and make it 5-1 Vancouver. Ooh, Doug Reeder gets beaned. Here's Fred Mills. And nothing doing there. All right, 5-1, go to the bottom of the 9th. We'll just keep Cadno in, I guess. Yeah, I know he's getting fatigued, but where are we at here? Oh, yeah, he's at 23 pitches. Okay. Oh. Are they automatically doing bullpen for me? Oh, anyway, we'll put Burrow in. Finish the job. Oh, he doesn't finish the job. Okay, here's Bradbury looking to put some pain on his former team. He does not. There's 1 out. Roland goes down. 1 more out here. Shot into center field. Bulger has it. And that is it. Vancouver wins the first game of the season. 5-1. They barely work up a sweat as they beat the Gold Rush in their inaugural game of the 2006 season. All right, we're pretty happy with that. Almost everybody gets a hit except Mike Cross. The pitching was great. Cassiashi pitched 7 strong innings. We took him out he probably could have pitched 8, I would say. Cadno gets the hold. Beautiful. All right, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Okay, so game 1 is in the books here. So now we're just kind of going to move through the season. And again, there's going to be just some big players sitting out. A lot of big players sitting out, unfortunately. Just teams cannot afford them. So I'm hoping that should change, I'm guessing. But this might be a little odd for the first little bit anyway, but their demand is going to start going down as the season moves on, I can imagine. So, all right, let's move through here. I just want to actually see. Okay, no, never mind. I thought I'm going to actually let my bench coach set the lineups and depth charts and the player strategies for right now. Maybe a little more hands off just for this save because we'll take more control around the playoffs. But I do like to kind of check the box scores kind of day to day, make sure everything is all hunky-dory. Ooh, Bulger, tired arm, 1 day, not a big deal. All right, we lose the second game, 7-3. Emery got the start, and not a great opening game for our ace. Not a huge deal. All right, who wins the rubber match here? And we take it 6-2. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Reeder, 2 hits for Munoz. Sanchez in his first game as a Mountie goes 5 1/3, 8 hits, 2 runs. Okay. Okay, Bulger's out for, I thought it was just 1 day. Okay, we get North battle for next 4-game series against them. We take the first one 9-2 in a drubbing. So yeah, the offense so far holding up, and the pitching doing their thing too right now. We win another one 8-6. Okay, yeah, hitting's getting spread around pretty nicely. Enick pitched okay. Bullpen faltered a little bit, but Matsumoto gets the save. We win 4-2. Okay. Asiashi with another great game. Good start for him. All right, can we get the sweep? Oh, we get slaughtered in the last game. They paced us. Yeah, they do paste us. Hamry absolutely getting rocked. Wow, everyone just got hammered in that game. All right, and I see an injury here for Mike Pottle. No, doesn't say he's injured, so. All right, well, we can't win them all, but that was a butt whooping there. Okay. So we get the day off, as AAA and AA appear to be starting. Oh, single A as well. Okay, uh-oh. Bill Brains still have a mild hamstring strain. We'll keep an eye, but I think we're going to be okay there. All right, Medicine Hat is next. Little 2-game set against them. Ooh, as we lose 5-3 in 13 innings. 4 hits for Pottle. Fred Mills off to a slow start. Sanchez pitched great, and then, Catano kind of blows it for us. All right, all right. Oh, and then we lose another heartbreaker. And speaking of heartbreakers, we have our first significant injury, as George Bulger will be gone for 3 weeks. I mean, he hasn't started the season well, but that being said, I mean, that is a big loss. So I just want to check in here how we lost that. They scored 1 in the 9th. I hate to see that. Urho blows the save. Okay. Bill Brain pitched 0.1 of an inning. Okay. That's not good. Does that mean he's injured, or is that just that hamstring strain? Okay. All right, well, now we need to find a replacement for Bulger. I mean, I guess it's got to be Bobby Alas here. Alas. He seems to be the number 1 candidate here. Is he a decent... He's a pretty good defensive center fielder, too. He's got 75 speed, but he can't steal a base to save his life. Just see what they do. They move Munoz up. Okay. Alas hitting 9th. I'm okay with that. We just need to bring in a backup for him. Yeah, probably going to be Danny. Not a big fan of what's going on with AAA. Like, we don't have a lot of guys that are going to be kind of ready to go, potential-wise. Double A and low A looks a lot better, but yeah, not really too many guys that are like ready to go. So we can't afford a ton of injuries. So we will bring you to Vancouver. We'll just set up the... Just want to see what they do here. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, so a bit of a loss there. That's okay. All right, so where are we at? 9 games into the season, as we head over to Yellowknife to take on the Chiefs. Let's check in on the standings, see if there's any teams that have gone out to a hot start. And there are a couple. Moose Jaws out to an 8-1 start. The Montreal Canadiens 7-2. Again, pretty close in the Rocky Mountain Division. And surprisingly, the Oshawa Tugs, who were absolutely dominant in our first season, 2-8 to start the year, which is rough. And Manitoba, another really strong team last year, 2-8. Wow. So yeah, a couple big powerhouses are kind of struggling to start the year. Interesting. It's early. All right, 3 games at Yellowknife. We'll take a look. 8-2. Crush them. Trying to see if Mills can get off the schneid here. No hits again. Emery finally puts together a good game. 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs. That's the guy we know and love. Another 8. Another 8-2 win. Another 8-2 win. Mills gets a couple hits there. That's better. Kasiyashi off to a fantastic start. Urho with the save. Why are you... Must just be tired. He's not happy with his performance. Why are you not happy with your performance? You've done well so far. Not sure why you're angry, but keep an eye on that. All right, Red Mills sprained ankle. That's okay, but we do win 16-7. 19 hits as we crush Yellowknife here. Who got all the hits? A lot of guys getting 2-3 hits. Red Mills does get injured, though. Sanchez pitches okay. Only goes 4 innings, though. And Pottle is also potentially injured. What is going on with the injuries? We avoided the injury bug the first season, but it's already starting to pile up here. Already starting to pile up a bit. Okay, let's head to Regina. 5-7 Red Lilies. Ooh, 3-0 win. Love a little shutout. Bill Brain gets the shutout. 4 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. Okay. And then we get thumped 13-1. What happened there? Panic. Ooh, okay, not off to a good start. All right. Usually I kind of do monthly check-ins with the team just to see who's performing and maybe if we need to make any changes. We do win 6-3 here. Okay. Otto seems to be okay, which I'm happy. Emery gets the win, has another really solid outing. Good. Matsumoto's still not happy. He's down to very unhappy. Transactions are very unhappy. Probably because we have him on the trade block still, do we not? I don't know how to take him off the trade block. Be on? No. Interesting. Maybe I can't see him because he's on my team. I know we had him on there briefly at some point, but that's okay. All right, Manitoba is off to a just terrible start. Oh, and then we lose 2-0 to them. That hurts. Sanchez pitched well. We just couldn't get the bats going. We had 2 hits the whole game. Oh, Castillo. Oh, I thought it was our Castillo. Yeah, this guy's dominant. He won Pitcher of the Year last year, and yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. We then come back with a nice 7-2 win. Kasiyashi again putting together a good game. We love to see it from him. Okay, and then the rubber match, we get a 2-0 win. Bill Brain. I think that's his second shutout. He is absolutely pitching. Wow. He's doing it all with a hamstring strain, too. Which is impressive. Okay, we've got 3 games coming up against our geographic rivals. Oh, there's Paul. Oh my God, Paul. I just love his name, so I always kind of keep an eye on him. 3-0 with a 0.36 ERA. Holy moly. Let's see if we can get to him here in this game. We don't. We lose. At least we got 2 on him. Did we get 2 on him, or did he get pulled out before? No, we did get 2 runs on him. None of them earned, though. The ERA drops even more. That guy is impressive. All right, we lose 4-2. We then come back with a nice 4-1 win. Okay, Anik, good. I'm not really paying too much attention to the stats right now. We'll do, like I said, a check-in at the end of the month. I'm not too concerned about April right now, especially we're playing quite well too, so not something I'm too worried about. Sanchez pitches nicely in this game. All right, so we get 2 out of 3 against Victoria. And we'll finish off with a 4-game set with Thunder Bay in town. They are struggling a bit as well. Ooh, we get thumped, though. 11-2. Oh, no. Kasiyashi finally has a rough game, and he gets walloped. Well, not really walloped, but he does struggle in that one. So we take a big loss there, 11-2. And then lose another one, 5-4. They get 1 in the 8th. Bill Brain pitched okay. Not too happy with Jim so far. Okay, that game looks like it got rained out. That is unfortunate. So George Bulger still 5 days away, it looks like. Okay, we'll check out the double header here. We win 1, we lose 1. We win 1 9-1. That's the good news. Henry pitches well. And then we go out and lose 6-5. Oh, we get 4 in the 7th, then they come get 3 in the 8th. Okay. Player development update as we hit the end of April here. Matsumoto with a big drop. Ooh, that's a lot of red minuses here. Not what I want to see from a development report. That's not great. Okay. Well, let's start looking at our other teams here. Definitely, like Laval, they were very, very good last year. Not so good this year. They're in the basement, 6-13. Brandon, not much better. Langley, not great. So the minor league system's struggling a bit, but not super concerned with that. We're more concerned about what's happening on the big leagues. And we're 15-10. It's pretty good, but kind of as the preseason predictions predicted. Preseason predictions predicted. There we go. Even though 15-10 record, that is only good enough for 4th right now, as the Calgary Bone Pilers are leading the way at 18-7. Very nice. Okay. Rest of the league standings here. Regina 15-11, and then everyone else stinks in the Prairie Division, which again, preseason predictions were kind of saying that was going to be the case. Montreal leading the way in the Metropolitan, Windsor, and then stinky teams. And again, another strong Atlantic Division, Fredericton, St. John, Charlottetown, Moncton, everyone in that one still, other than Cape Breton, kind of. So very, very interesting. Okay, let's focus on our team. So just a snapshot. My first look at it. Okay. Not as dominant offensively to start as we were last season. Defensively is still an issue. As I expected, we didn't really change much to the lineup, but 21st in defensive efficiency is no bueno there. ERA is good, so pitching is actually definitely improved, but again, really hard to make any significant assessments here a month in, but let's start with our positional players here. We'll start with Mike Cross. 25 games in, hitting pretty well. Pretty well. I'm happy with Mike Cross right now. Definitely an improvement over last season. Slight improvement. Jose Castro, who moved to DH, and again, hitting 277. Yeah, okay. Fred Mills, this is the guy we need to dominate. He is not dominating, so we're a little concerned there. This would be a huge regression if he does not pick this up. I'm hoping he's just off to a slow start because that's rough. So we got to get Fred Mills off the schneid here. I don't know if it was that playoff appearance last year that he just hasn't been good since. So I'm hoping that improves. Doug Reeder, I think he's slowly making his way up to be one of the best players on our team as well. Doug is playing very well. Doug might be the new Fred Mills. He's taking over his spot. He hit in 368 early in the season, a 196 OPS plus. Mike Pottle is hitting 269, but not really doing much OPS wise. Munoz moving up to the big leagues, not really affecting him. He's hitting over 300, 12 RBI already. Happy there. Scott McPherson, not a great hitter traditionally, still not a very good hitter. Only hitting 195, but he's a okay shortstop. So this is probably a position he's gone at the end of the year. We're not paying him $2.4 million to be a below average shortstop. So I think it's going to be Scott's last year. We may look at moving him. In fact, I'm just going to throw him on the trade block right now. Maybe someone will take a sniff at him, but. And then Danny, who has come in to take the place of Bulger for the injury. Decent start. He's only had 24 at bats, so a small sample size, but there we go. Just anything different here. Bobby, alas, is not playing well, so it looks like he was actually replaced. Good job, coach. Sanchez not getting a lot of looks, and he's struggling. And Troy Murray hasn't really had anything yet. Okay. All right. So not as dominant as we are used to, but hey, that's okay. Emery was off to a very slow start, but he has picked up 3 wins, I think, in his last 3 games. He's pitching really well. Definite improvements almost everywhere. So that's good for Bruno so far. Willie Sanchez, just 0-1 on the year, so he's not getting a lot of decisions, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Well, $1.74 ERA. We're very happy with Willie right now. Asiashi was off to a super hot start. Then he got blown up in that one 15-1 loss or something crazy. But still, I'm really happy with Cassiashi right now. Bill Brain as well, I'm very happy with. We have some great starters here. And then Enick is definitely faltering a little bit from last year, so we'll keep an eye on him as the number 5 guy. Bullpen looks shaky. Matsumoto looks great. He's got 7 saves already on the year. Cadno does not look great right now. ERA of over 6. Burho looks like the one bright spot. I think I may switch him to high leverage at this point. He's pitching more than him anyway. Kindo, meh. Stewart, meh. Riley's okay. Madruga is getting rocked. And Van Collar also struggling. So, okay. We'll see. We may have to look at doing something or making some moves, but not a bad opening start. So I think we're going to end our video there for today. First month of the 2006 season is done. I hope you guys like the series so far, and let me know what I can be doing to improve your experience in any way. So thank you guys for watching. and we'll see you next time.